I wanna rock. I wanna rock. I wanna rock.
We're the luckiest men in America. Allow me to introduce ourselves. My name is Jez.
I'm Stancy.
And we are the producers of All That Glitters Is
Sold. We bought the glitz. We bought the part.
And we are strongly considering paying our actors.
Yeah. Well, Jess, you're the money man. Tell them how we got the big money for the show.
Oh, we are seriously so lucky, guys. I was walking Stancy's dog, Florence. She went to go do her doggy business out on the street when suddenly, out of nowhere, a Purdue Pharma truck whizzed around the corner and ran over Florence.
Well, he called me right away, like a good friend.
And I told him, we will never have an opportunity like this again in our lives.
I was like, what?
So we got the best lawyers in New York City to sue Purdue Pharma for over $20 million in doggy damages. It didn't work. But then we kept trying, and we kept trying, and we hired more lawyers, and we kept suing, and that didn't really work either. But we kept pushing one more time, and that got thrown out. We went one more time, sued them again, and they settled on a $5,000 performing arts grant to perform to make a show in New York City.
We're like a pair of Lin-Manuel Mirandas.
Look, I don't know if you guys know this about New York, but it is surprisingly expensive.
Well, so we decided to produce the play in the only city cool enough to return our phone calls.
Burlington, Vermont.
Give yourselves a round of applause. You guys are this. Yeah. Glitter. We got a great show for you tonight, guys. We've got 4 original plays, none of which we've seen before.
We relied on our actors to do most of the content. All of it, really.
Yeah, well, of course, Jez, you're the money man.
And you're the vessel of our success.
Yeah! Our first play is, okay. It's called The Brand 5. Parody?
Yeah,
It's a parody of a show called Queer Eye, but for corporate brands. Cool! It sounds cool. Sit back, relax, and enjoy The Brand 5.
Okay, gang, let's lace up our bootstraps and get ready for our next project.
Show us, girl.
Today we're meeting Lenny. Look how cute he is.
Oh, he's a cute little cupcake.
Basically, Lenny's mom says he has little to no style, he's a total schlub, and he's just not engaging with the world around him.
But the world is so engaging.
And it's such a small world after all.
I think we have our work cut out for us. Let's go, gang.
Okay, let's go. We're gonna get to.
If I've already seen The Crown, why would I watch Bridgerton? Like, seriously.
Lenny.
The fuck is that?
Hey, open up.
Who's there? My uncle is a cop. What the fuck?
Hey! You must be Lenny.
I am? Who are you people?
Amy.
I'm Diz. I'm Insta.
Dave here.
You may call me Veda, my love.
And we're the Brand 5.
We're here to turn your schlubby existence into a bubbly commitment.
What does any of that mean?
Hey, Lenny, or Len. Can I call you Len?
Nobody calls me Len.
Then it's the perfect new name for you. We heard through a friend that you're not doing so great these days, that you don't engage with the world around you.
Who told you that? Your mother.
She's concerned, Lenny.
So we're here to help. We guarantee if you let us in, in just a short time together, you'll fall in love with the new you.
Well, it's not like I'm doing anything today. I guess there are some things I'd like to improve about my life.
I mean, what were you doing before we got here?
Deciding not to watch Bridgerton.
Yeah, better to use a superior streaming platform that lets you watch all the Star Wars movies.
Come on, Lenny. Do it for yourself, if not your mom. Shape up, take charge, and meet the real you, the fully developed you.
I'll do it. Lead the way.
Yay! Let's go!
Let's go! I'm so excited.
I want to talk about your sense of fashion. What we wear in our bodies, the clothing we choose, how we present ourselves to the world. This fashion becomes your style.
Honestly, I've always been a bargain shopper. I got these shorts at TJ Maxx. I think this shirt is from Senor Frogs.
Okay, so I'm hearing some things that I love and some things that I hate. One, I love your commitment to these brands. It's important to have structures in your life that you can rely on.
I mean, I haven't been a Senor Frogs in like 6
Wait! It's the brands themselves. TJ Maxx, Senor X Frog, all of that loser shit. It makes you look poor, which makes you look stupid, which makes you look weak.
That's kind of insulting.
You need to focus on filling your mouse hole.
My what?
Your mouse hole. It's a special place inside you that can only be satisfied by wearing the right clothes from the right places.
How do I know what those are or where they are?
Well, if you don't know, why don't you try some of my suggestions? How do you feel?
I feel pretty good. It's more comfortable than the sweatshirt I got at Outback Steakhouse a few years ago.
If you ever say that to me again, I'll kill you.
What was that?
Nothing! What I like about this shirt for you, Len, is it's both a hype brand and a type brand. Hype and type exist together in perfect balance. The hype is Disney, of course. When people look at you, they'll know that you like movies.
You mean Disney movies?
That's what I said, movies. Don't interrupt me. Now let's talk about your type. This shirt is also clearly from H&M, a store which is blessed with ethically sourced youth labor, and therefore affordable variety. This is a shirt that says, I know the difference between standard and slim fit jeans, and I'll throw them both away in 6 weeks.
I think I get it. Man, I feel so much cooler.
We'll have to have a little fashion show later. Plus, that will give me time to redo your wardrobe with type and hype.
Wow, Diz, you've given me something beautiful to work with.
I know, isn't he improving so quickly? I can practically hear his mouse hole filling up.
I feel cool. Look how cool I am, Insta.
Come with me, Lenny. We need to focus a little less on the outside and a little more on the inside. I don't know about you, Lenny, but when I get overwhelmed, I like to take a nice walk outside in nature. Can I ask what makes you overwhelmed?
I don't know if overwhelmed is really the word I use, but I have some baggage for sure.
I know it's hard to open up about trauma, but this could be the most important step in your process. You can share anything you need to.
Well, when I was 15, my dad passed away from
Oh my
terminal-
God! I should have been more clear. I didn't realize you were so far behind. I didn't mean share with me. I meant share with everyone.
My trauma?
Yes! Just tell me when and we'll go live.
Maybe I should introduce myself first or talk about something else.
Fuck no, you dumb little bitch. Oh, I'm kidding. But seriously, pain and trauma are the best way to create a following.
But how does that make me happy?
Think about it. Let's say you went to therapy. You'd have to share the story anyway, and then you'd probably have to share it with anyone you get close to for the rest of your life.
Oh, gross.
Exactly. So tell everybody now, and then tell them again, and then tell them more and more and more. We're going live. Tell us your story, Lenny. 15 seconds or less.
Live? Hey, everybody, I'm Lenny. My dad died when I was 15 from terminal pancreatic cancer, and it was pretty traumatizing. I guess one long-term effect it had on me is that I have a hard time sleeping in the summer, which is when he died. I guess it's like a seasonal PTSD or something. Anyway, whatever it is, it sucks. Thanks for listening. How was that?
Pretty bad. But it was a really good first try. Look, people are already liking it.
Oh, they like it a lot.
See, with therapy, you only get the perspective of, well, one person. But here you get the advice of all these people.
That's amazing. He looks cute. What a nice compliment. I wish he'd cry more because I don't believe him. Huh, I guess that's advice. Crying is gay and so is Lenny. Wait, how does that help me?
Oh, well, you may get a few less than friendly comments, but look, you're already at 48 likes just because of your dead dad.
Wow!
Mind if I steal your prize, my dear?
Not at all. He's doing so well.
My video about perpetual grief got almost 50 likes.
Big news. Come on, Lenny, let's get culinary up in here.
Bye!
So, Lenny, tell me, what is your favorite food?
I just usually do the takeout thing or eat whatever's in the fridge.
I hear that a lot, but let me ask you this. You ever think about where the food in your fridge comes from?
I mean, farms and shit, I guess.
No. I mean, Who is responsible for the food that you eat? And how do you know that what you are eating is trustworthy?
I guess I don't.
Exactly. When I trust is success, when I go to my fridge and I take out a food, you better believe it is from a brand that I trust. Like this kombucha, for example.
What's so special about it?
You really don't know, do you? That kombucha was made by a billionaire, Lenny. A billionaire. I trust success, so why not trust billionaire kombucha?
That makes sense.
When shopping for healthy foods, the most important thing to think about is not the nutrition facts, or the color, or even the taste. The most important thing to think about is the impact that you are having on your community.
Like supporting a local grocer?
No, probably not. Lenny, you need to pay attention to which brands are invested in ethical production, climate change, animal rights, organic foods, non-GMO products, a wide array of options for gluten-free peoples and cats. These are the kind of hot-button social issues that should be guiding your decision-making. Check out that Greek yogurt right there.
100% sourced from the island of Paxos. Sustainable, ethically produced, and in full agreement with the Paris Climate Accord. It's $17.
Well, of course it is. Good food costs a little more than some unregulated street meat.
So I should go for this stuff instead of McDonald's?
Not so fast. McDonald's has broad regulatory oversight. It feeds billions of people, employing many millions more at the same time. I would not swing my judgment axe at them. McDonald's is under so much corporate oversight that I eat it every week.
So I either buy something affordable that's terrible for my body and the environment, or I spend $1,000 on groceries out of cultural guilt?
My God. You're selfish, Lenny. I'm sure we'll work that out of you. That I just said. The food that you buy is not about you. It's about the role that you want to play in the world. We need to support businesses that we can trust and work toward a better future.
By balancing our purchases between overpriced grocery stores and dollar value fast food?
Exactly.
Okay, that's actually pretty easy to get. I'm taking the responsibility off of these food producers and putting it on my shoulders. I can save the world and save jobs at the same time.
I knew you'd figure it out.
And that makes me a good person.
Yes.
Are we finally learning how to feed our little baby bird self?
Hell yes. Take him away, Mama Boyd.
So, my goal today is to help you understand your relationship with self-care. Putting in a little extra effort in the morning helps us get that gorgeous skin and hair that makes our little baby face so pretty, yeah?
My face has all these wrinkles and lines.
Oh, well, love. You have what's called a CVS face.
Oh, God. Is it contagious?
Yes, but it's not terminal. See, I actually did a little digging, and you do a lot to take care of yourself. Like, look at this cute little baby bottle of face lotion.
Oh, that's my jerk-off cream.
Okay. Well, even if you were using it for your face, it would be the right idea, but the wrong choice. All of your soaps and creams and gels are just store-brand pharmacy products. Therefore, CVS face.
I always just assume that soaps and stuff were a kind of rip-off, right? So, like, how can there be 20 different kinds of hand soap in the same aisle?
Lenny, it's not about the quality of the soap. It's about finding your place within a community.
Like my friends on social media?
Exactly. When you're expressing yourself with your gorgeous little face, you can include hashtags for all of these wonderful beauty products to help you connect with as many people as possible.
I think I might just lie about it then. Some of this stuff is really expensive.
I had a friend who pretended to use Sephora eyeliner when she live streamed the premiere of Emily in Paris. She was actually using some basic shit from Walgreens, and her followers found out. Do you know what happened to her, Lenny?
She got canceled?
We killed her, Lenny. We killed her because she deserved it.
Jesus Christ!
And I helped. Yeah, I'd do it again. Because if one lie succeeds, then all of this becomes meaningless. And we can't have that, Lenny. We just can't have that. Do you see the power of committing to something greater than
Lenny. But never betray it, or it shall be the death of you. And I will revel in that death. I will dance on your little baby grave, and I shall anoint your epitaph with Lancôme and Dior. And should the purity of these gifts bring you back from the dead, I'll kill you again for your lies. And then you'd be dead in your little baby coffin.
I'll buy expensive stuff, and I promise I won't lie about it.
Yay! Oh my gosh, I almost forgot about your haircut. Well, let's get you pretty and then back to that house for your last lesson.
Sounds good.
Gorgeous. Look at you.
Wow. Look at my house. It looks like a Target.
I was going for Amazon warehouse, but I know a compliment when I hear one.
What do I even need all of this stuff for, though? The mug says boss lady.
With all due respect, Lenny, that's something only a poor idiot would ask me.
Sorry.
You should be. But it's okay. You really don't understand why you need this boss lady mug? Or this prayer flag tablecloth? Or this knife set specifically geared for prepping cocktail garnishes?
I'm trying to get better, but everything is crazy, and I don't have an answer for what's going on. I feel dumb. Nice! 52 likes already!
Wow! I love that problem-solving tactic, but allow me to educate you. Imagine for a moment you had a partner here. Maybe a special lady. I don't want to assume anything.
A lady would be dope.
Great. See, your lady needs to feel safe. Like all of her needs are met. For example, imagine she brought a coffee over and it cooled on the way and she wants to microwave it. Boom. You have this mug. Plus, this mug shows that you're a feminist. At least in the Liz Warren sense of the word. What if your date studied abroad in Tibet and finds your prayer flags enticing? Rather than culturally insensitive. Boom! You're making out all over those flags. And I shouldn't even explain the last one, but picture this. The night is winding down. You have prepared a couple of gin and tonics. Are you really going to cut the lines with some shitty old buttermen? I don't think so. I do not think so.
So buying things will help me fall in love?
Yes!
Okay, I'm ready for the ladies.
Well, I have a special lady for you to meet right now. Alexa, say hello to Lenny. Hello, Lenny.
Holy guacamole.
Ask Alexa for anything you want. I've helped you to start building this house. Now the rest is up to you. She's a great listener, and she already has your credit card.
Alexa, buy me trustworthy eggs.
Buying Jeff's eggs from Whole Foods delivery. Morning after omelets. That's good.
Alexa, buy me, I don't know if I should say it, condoms.
Buying 900 condoms from Amazon wholesale. Wow, who is this guy? A young Mark Zuckerberg,
Oh
perhaps?
boy, do I wish.
So do I. I'd zuck you off right now if you bought something that undercut a local business.
Alexa, firewood, craft supplies,
Hey, we're home! Yay! Perfect timing. We just finished.
You did?
I think it's time for the big show.
Lenny, go get ready for the runway. It's gonna be fun.
Okay. A Veda in my hair, I don't have a care. Oh boy, I'm gonna get me some followers.
Yeah, Lenny did it!
You know, I want to talk about something serious for a minute.
Oh, he's keeping the logo on his shirt in frame. I love it.
One time when I was young, I stepped on a baby bird, and it exploded.
Oh.
I was sad because I felt like a bad person, but mostly I was sad for the bird.
Perfect.
Anyway, I just want to say that I'm here for anybody who's had a similar experience. Love and peace, guys.
Come on, stick the landing.
Alexa, order me a case of Tropical Sprite, a pair of Dre Beats, an Orange Theory membership, and a lifetime supply of Safari Eau de Toilette Spray for Men by Ralph Lauren. Can you keep up?
Your order is complete.
Boom!
Oh my God, that was sublime.
Your mouse hole is practically overflowing. It's gushing from the brim.
I streamed the whole thing. I'll retweet it actually. Just retweet me back, okay?
You know it.
How do you feel, Lenny?
I feel amazing. I want to thank you guys for everything you've done, but I don't know where to start.
Just tell us what you've learned.
Well, for one thing, I've learned my type and my height. I feel like I'm finally a relatable person. Anybody who sees me can look at me and say, I know exactly who that guy is. I know where he buys his food. I know what kind of movies he likes. Heck, I know who he voted for. And if there's any doubt about any of it, I'll share it online. I'll share it with the goddamn world because the people deserve it, and so do I.
That's so beautiful.
And someday, after all that sharing, I'll have a community. I'll be part of something dedicated to making the world a better place and committed to something bigger than myself. I'll get something back in return. I just know it. I'll find true love. Or maybe true love will find me. And when that happens, I'll shower her in the one thing that holds a relationship together. Material wealth. Thanks, guys. I never could have grown up like this without you.
We'll always be with you, Lenny.
If you miss me, just shoot me a DM, as long as it's content related, obviously. Take care, Lenny.
I feel like a big, strong man.
Give it up for the band.
Turn it up one more time for the Grand Band, everybody! Hey, aren't our actors great? Somebody should really pay these guys.
Oh, I would if I could, man. Would if I could. But I can't.
Yeah. Oh, how you guys liking the show so far, huh? Yeah, I heard a lot of chuckles. Listen, that's great. That's great because, hey, you remember how we told you that we, got the best lawyers in New York City to sue Purdue Pharma?
Rudy Giuliani was the cheapest, actually.
Well, as you can see, we have accrued over $124,000 in legal debt.
That's a lot of debt.
That's a lot of moolah.
Yeah. We're down here.
Yeah.
We gotta get here.
Yeah. We're just above water. We'd like to be all the way up here.
Yeah.
And we have a Venmo handle right here. And we also, there's a Venmo handle and a QR code on the second page in your program. And you can read more about it. So you can just scan your phone right there and donate directly.
If you like the show, if you want to support the arts, if you want to support our wonderful team of actors, that's a great way to contribute to the show. We'll probably pass around a little cash hat later too. And Jez and I owe a substantial sum.
This is not nothing.
Substantial sum.
Let me assure you, it's really not nothing. Anyways, you can donate, by the way, at any time during the show. After the show, right now, if you want to.
That's what you want to do.
Yeah, any time before September 28th.
Yes.
Really, that's the deadline. But, anyway, we're going to keep going with the show here.
Let's keep rolling.
Yeah. Let's find out what our next show is.
Yeah.
Why don't we? Our next show is called Good Star Wars.
Great.
Hey.
Enjoy the show.
Yeah. Enjoy good Star Wars, everybody.
You guys.
What the hell was going on in there? What were they saying?
What? What are you talking about?
What were they saying?
Bill and Linda just got back from Bozeman. They were telling us a funny story about hiking.
Really? I didn't catch any of that.
Oh, well, maybe you should listen.
Oh yeah, like it's that easy.
It is that easy.
This is just way too overwhelming. There are people in there, and they're all talking. It's just weird.
It's not weird. It's human. People get together and eat and drink and talk. The weird part was being cooped up inside for a year and a half.
But it's hard, okay?
It's not a hard thing to do. You just talk.
The talking is fine, but it's like a whole process. I mean, first you have to think of something to say, and then say it, and then you hope that it's going to go over well. And then you have to look at them, and by the time you look at every single muscle in their face, you realize their mouth is moving and sound is coming out, but you haven't heard a single thing they've said. And I'm not you, okay? I didn't take this stuff so easily even before COVID.
Hey, it's okay. Right here, okay? You just breathe in and let it go. Let him breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and let it go. Okay, just breathe. Okay? I even struggled with it at the beginning. I was doing Zoom cocktail parties. It was terrible. But I knew it was important to keep working on that muscle. Okay? We're all struggling. You're not alone. It's just like riding a bike.
Why would you say bike? I'm a terrible cyclist.
You. Try talking to that guy.
Him?
He's completely alone.
I mean, it seems like he's busy.
He's not busy. He's standing by himself. Oh, look, he's wearing a Star Wars shirt. Babe, you like Star Wars.
Yeah, but that guy probably really likes Star Wars. If I go over there and start talking to him about it, I won't be able to keep up.
Calm down. Don't do that.
Don't do what?
Don't defeat yourself before you even talk to the guy. You can't have an actual conversation with someone all in your head. You just go over there, start talking about Star Wars, and put out a good vibe.
Will you stop with the vibe?
These are all just vibrations, energies. I know you hate to hear it, but it doesn't make it any less true. You will be fine. I promise.
All right. I'll go.
Great. Now I'm gonna go back in there and chat with Martha. I hope you make a new friend.
Hey man, how's it going? I'm Jim, nice to meet you. Ryan. That's a cool shirt, dude. One of the things I actually did during quarantine was I watched all the Star Wars movies.
You've never seen Star Wars before?
Oh, no, like again. I loved them as a kid, obviously. Return of the Jedi was my favorite. I know Empire is the best one.
By far. But I will say, Jedi has some of the best stuff of the originals. What it does good is really good, and what it does bad is really bad.
It's definitely the most uneven, but, you know, childhood nostalgia and everything. I even had a bunch of Lego sets and action figures as a kid, and a couple lightsabers.
Whose?
Mace Windu and Darth Maul.
Yes, those are the best ones.
I know, right? They were the coolest.
You ever play Knights of the Old Republic?
No, sorry.
Oh, so you're not a fan then.
I really liked watching the movies, though. I have lots of thoughts about them.
Okay, Jim. Tell me, what are your thoughts on the sequels then?
The sequels. They weren't good.
They weren't good. They weren't good. Jim, they were the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, they were pretty bad. I didn't want to offend a fan.
You could never offend me as much as Disney has. They were a lazy, sloppily plotted mess of a trilogy that didn't understand what kind of films they wanted to be. It was as if the people who made them had never even seen a Star Wars film before. They were a disaster to watch. A cat's butthole would have been more enjoyable to look at. I have never been so embarrassed to be a Star Wars fan in my life. And I used to get beat up in high school. They used to jam my head into the locker daily. And I'd still rather go through that again than relive those terrible movies. There were no characters in them that we could care about. The sequels are so shallow that you couldn't even get your feet wet in them. They were soft reboots where Disney gets to remake the originals, but they have new characters, so they're sequels. But they don't have any real plot. They just overwhelm you with so much stimuli and nostalgia and hope you're too stupid to notice.
Yeah, I kind of thought.
What the fuck is the First Order? Does Disney think that we were too stupid to understand that the Empire are Nazis, so they go, hey, let's Nazi it up even more, but not too much. It is a kiddie film. And why is the Rebel Alliance now called The Resistance? Did they have a meeting and decide to rebrand? Hey guys, Rebel Alliance is so 1970s. Let's take a look in the thesaurus and pick a word that means the exact same thing. The people who wrote these movies are like the kids who copied and pasted a Wikipedia article and changed every fifth word so he could submit it as his own. Also, why do either of them even exist in the first place? The Rebel Alliance defeated the Empire at the end of Return of the Jedi. They can now go on to form the New Republic and be the dominant force in the galaxy. Why are they still on the run 30 years later? It's such a punch in the dick. They punched our dicks, Jim! I've never been punched. And they put the original cast in these movies so they can be old and pathetic and do nothing. Han is there. Now he's dead. Luke is there. Now he's a hermit who's lost faith in the Force. How does Luke Skywalker lose faith
the Force. The Force helped him redeem his own father, the most evil man in the universe, and save the galaxy from tyranny. Now he's just some guy who thinks about killing Adam Driver like we all do, and then he dies. Suck it! It's convenient for these terrible Disney films if Luke just lives on some island like Yoda, because all the director, Rian Johnson, wants to do is remake Empire. No, but oh, there's twists and it defies expectations. Fuck you! I'll kill you! You know what defies expectations? Making an original movie. But the worst of their crimes is what they did to sweet Princess Leia. They couldn't just let Carrie Fisher die. They have to piss all over her grave. Princess Leia gets jettisoned into outer space at the end of The Last Jedi, and she doesn't die. Space is a vacuum. You will die in space. Instantly. Instead, she force teleports herself back into the ship. And why, Jim, is this so stupid, you ask? Because Carrie Fisher died before the film was released. They had time to edit her out and let Princess Leia die in space. They could have honored her legacy! Instead, they have to parade her CGI corpse all across the screen in Jedi and Rise of Skywalker with repurposed footage of her like she's Bela Lugosi in Plan 9 from outer space. Pretty soon, all the actors in a Disney Star Wars are going to be dead people. Dead people, Jim. For the dead need not worry about ruining their careers. Also, each of the sequels are at war with one another. Did you notice that? The Force Awakens tries to undo everything Return of the Jedi did. The Last Jedi undoes everything The Force Awakens did. And The Rise of Skywalker undoes everything The Last Jedi did. It's like a whole trilogy of Sisyphus pushing a rock up a hill for $20 a piece. I think I need to go ask my girlfriend about... Tim, we cannot all have the luxury of girlfriends. The Star Wars sequels are a nonsensical waste of time. But let us not forget that the prequels are a tragedy. But they're bad in different ways. The Star Wars prequels are poorly written, dumb, childish, bad CGI, tons of bad acting, lazy directing, and the whole story of The Phantom Menace is fundamentally pointless. Talk about wasting an audience's time. We do not need to see what Darth Vader was like as a bad child actor, and we don't need to watch Natalie Portman flirt with a little boy and pretend that we are not watching Lolita in space. The prequels are so goddamn cringeworthy. I cringe, Jim, when I think of them. But at least they had some direction and arc to them. They were earnestly bad. The Star Wars prequels are kind of like George W. Bush. They're stupid and terrible, and the only reason they ever got to be where they were is because of their lineage.
I don't think you're supposed to talk about politics at parties. Do you want a drink? I can come.
I thirst only for justice, Jim. The Star Wars prequels are like George W. Bush, and the sequels are like Trump. Because the prequels are so bad, everyone's like, oh, fuck! Anything is better than this! And then some soulless corporate brand that believes in absolutely nothing comes in and proves us all wrong! You get the joke, Jim! Like the Trump administration! The Star Wars sequels are erratic, overfunded, nonsensical, did no planning, had no vision, and were completely devoid of human emotion. And they had a rabid fan base that wanted to cling to the 20th century. They might as well have called them Make Star Wars Great Again. But now the problem is that the sequels are so bad, they make the prequels look good, like Trump did to W. I have to go to the bathroom very badly right now, and I think I left my original trilogy is a perfect cinematic representation of the Jimmy Carter era. For the love of God, shut up! Please! Stop! I can't take it anymore! I want to talk about some stupid movies!
laser swords. I mean, you're a grown man. And you pay rent. You have a car. You've had sex. I hope. I mean, what does it matter? What does it matter? Brian? Brian? Fuck. Okay, is there a doctor anywhere? Okay, shit. Come on, man. Don't you die on me. Brian! Help! Oh my God, I thought you were dead. I was. In a long tunnel with a light at the end. And the voice said, "Come to the light, man." But I didn't want to go. And I heard, "Let go, Brian." So I walked to the end of the long tunnel. And there stood St. Peter at the pearly gates. In a long white robe and a big bushy beard. St. Peter talked to me. He said, what did he say? He said the Star Wars sequels were terrible. And his reasoning was perfect. He spoke of reasons I had long forgotten or could never have known. And then St. Peter reached to the side of his white robe and he pulled out a lightsaber. Pure green lightsaber. Lo, they have lightsabers in heaven, Jim, and they be more magnificent than thou canst imagine. He told me that a lightsaber shall be my reward. Your reward? For what? For my mission. I've been tasked by God to set right a great cosmic injustice. Disney has done a terrible job with the franchise. Their crimes against Star Wars have incurred the wrath of the Almighty. And God has told me that Disney must be punished. Disney must pay for their crimes against Star Wars. Remember, the Force will be with you. Always. Hey, whoa, wait. Is this guy okay to drive? Brian, can you drive after dying? Brian?
Yeah, no, it's
Does
okay.
anybody know Brian?
I'll be right back. Hey, you. How'd it go? Did you make a new friend?
Yes?
Oh, that's good. Well, see, it's not that hard to socialize. It's like riding a bike.
Sure. Just follows a simple pattern. You talk about a shared interest, they rant in your face for 10 minutes, they die, and then they wage holy war on Disney.
That's good. Well, why don't you head back in the kitchen and join us? Yeah.
I miss quarantine.
What's a good Star Wars?
Yeah.
Well, that was a lot.
Yeah, that was a
Wonder
lot.
which of our actors wrote that?
That was a lot, Stancy. But you know what else is a lot? $124,000.
That's true.
You know, my grandfather used to tell me, Jez, the journey to $124,000 begins with a single Venmo donation. Anything else? $5, $30, $9,000, whatever you want to give, it all goes to a good cause.
Okay, so I think you guys would give us more money if you knew how much I loved Florence, my dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stancy wrote this song in honor of Florence. And, but we are legally required as part of our settlement
This is true.
to let you know that Purdue Pharma is not responsible
No,
for her death.
not at all. Florence, we love you and we miss you all the time. Legally Legally, Purdue Pharma is not guilty of any crime.
For your death,
Tires, they met you and they smushed you on the ground. I will never forget that splattering sound.
it was loud.
Scraped you off the street beneath the Purdue Pharma truck. All I saw was street meat.
Goblins everywhere.
Not legally responsible. Goodbye to my dog, Florence. You got me through what Purdue Pharma is not legally responsible. Florence, may you rest in peace. Florence, I hope that you are looking down on me.
From the clouds.
God be a witness to my soulful decree. And my dog deserved to live.
But she didn't.
And that's not the responsibility of a conglomerate.
Legally recognized Purdue Pharma.
Goodbye to my dog. Florence, you got me through a long.
They got fired twice from Staples.
Purdue Pharma is not legally responsible. Florence, may you rest in peace. Goodbye to my dog. Florence, you helped me through a long.
He was arrested in an Old Navy.
Purdue Pharma is not legally responsible. Florence, may you rest in peace. Florence, may you rest in
Wow. Wow. If,
So
Wow.
sad. So sad.
wow.
So
If
sad.
that's not worth a $500 donation, I don't know what
We're
is.
gonna pass this little hat around. We can throw some cash tips in there if anyone. Just pass around the crowd. Just pass around the crowd, and I will come get it next time.
Yes.
Yeah, I also don't know what else
We-
we're about though.
We have another show for you guys.
Yep.
A satire on the toxic incentive structure of the modern political media landscape.
Did you read the title?
And
Yeah. The title is "America Isn't Canceled Yet: The Ballad of Carla Tuckerson." Satire. Yeah. Sounds fun. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
the Ballad of Carla Tuckerson, everybody.
Hi everyone, Carla Tuckerson here. So, a lot of my followers have been asking me to talk about cancel culture. So, I'm going to dive into that today. Obviously, I think it's atrocious that big tech took President Trump off Twitter. But it's also revealing that Democrats use unregulated industries to silence conservatives. Whether we are silenced or not, we are far greater in number. This is the only tool they have. You can fight this by following your favorite conservative voices on Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. And you can follow me at Carla Tuckerson on Twitter and YouTube. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks, everyone.
I often think to myself, Norman, you're such a well-educated individual. And so highly enlightened to the socioeconomic ills of this country. You have privileges like a visual arts degree from NYU, and your partner, Nora, who labors with you in the sex economy. But how do you use these privileges to enlighten those that you grew up with in Ohio, if they were too stupid to leave Ohio? Well, I'm going to enlighten them by retweeting conservative ne'er-do-wells on Twitter and debunking every argument they make. Carla Tuckerson. She's been on my feet a lot lately. Let's see what she has to say.
Hi guys. I have some very exciting news. I can't believe it. I am going to be on Shouts with Phelps next Wednesday.
Ah, gross. Rick Phelps. I hate that guy. That idiot makes Marjorie Taylor Greene look like a total centrist, like Rachel Maddow or something.
I am very excited. Rick has such a great show.
No, he doesn't. It's a terrible show. Everybody knows the only good YouTube podcasts are Pod Save America and Living on the Left with Lisa Letts.
I don't know what we'll be talking about yet. Maybe it'll be about gender, or critical race theory, or the Marxist attempts to defund the police, or the destruction of Democrat-run cities. If you have a favorite of those, or a different topic you'd like me to discuss, comment below. I can't wait to read your guys' feedback.
My comment. You should talk about these new racist voting laws across the country. Enlightened.
Next time you see me, I'll be on Shouts with Phelps. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks, everyone.
Welcome back to Shouts with Phelps. Today we got a real fireball, and we got a real winner. Oftentimes we don't get winners in the conservative movement. More often we get losers. We get real losers, like Mitt Romney or John McCain. Some people call him a hero. I say he's a loser. Got captured and tortured like a loser. Couldn't win the Vietnam War and made America a loser. And then he turned his back on Donald Trump. That's the most shameful thing of all. The two good things John McCain ever did with his life was giving us Sarah Palin and dying. But this lady, may I call her a lady anymore, Chaz? Is that acceptable?
That will get you canceled by the woke mob.
Well, we wouldn't want to upset the woke mob. I'm gonna make them enough that they can't refuse.
That's not funny. The Godfather is highly problematic.
I'm not a Democrat, so I'm not gonna play identity politics with our guests before you meet them. All I'll say is that this individual is a patriot, and that's all that matters to us and our viewers. So, ladies and gentlemen and all the rest, please welcome to Shouts with Phelps, Miss Carla Tuckerson.
Hi, Rick. It's great to be here. I do identify as a patriot, and I'm also a woman, if you couldn't tell.
Well, you can never be too sure these days.
Sometimes don't find out till it's too late. You gotta watch out for gender.
1 minute in and this is already highly transphobic. What is this, an Adam Sandler movie?
We have a lot of women out here today, but not a lot of ladies. Call me old-fashioned, but I was raised as a girl with dolls in a pink room. My parents didn't need a gender reveal party, and I believe in good old-fashioned Christian values, like surrendering myself completely to God, the Almighty Father.
Well, that's not gonna win you any fans in the feministas.
Feminazis.
Rush Limbaugh coined that phrase. These guys are hacks.
Well, someone has to say it. We have these structures for a reason. A strong paternal household with a man at the head of the house is the most successful type of family. It's the way God designed people to be raised. Adam and Eve, Kim and Kanye.
They're divorced now. In my end.
It's not even just the Bible that says this. Countless studies prove this fact. Liberals love to look at the science until it comes from the Heritage Foundation. All this feminist nonsense about not needing to be married or have children has really hurt women. More and more women are becoming suicidal and have STDs because they can't stay with one stable partner.
That's exactly why I saved myself for marriage.
Oh, that must have been really hard. I bet women were lining up to bang Rick Phelps.
Are there any young women out there that practice monogamy anymore? Seems like one of the most shameful things to me and my viewers is how many women abandon these traditional values and then go on to regret it. Every single one of them has an OnlyFans page so they can masturbate on the internet for money. And look, I admire the entrepreneurial spirit, but as realistic men, we don't see this as sexual liberation. We see these girls as sluts and mega whores.
But whoa, careful not to slut shame.
You know, as a proud slut, I find this highly triggering. These illiterates wish they were enlightened enough to be sluts. Nora and I are body positive, sex positive, and our OnlyFans page has thousands of subscribers.
I'm no mega whore, but I am a MAGA whore. If women have the right to do whatever they want with their bodies, then we have the right to do whatever we want with our words. That's what freedom of speech is all about. The ability to say incredibly hurtful things to people without consequences.
The real problem with young women today is there's such a shortage of good female role models. You have Hillary Clinton, who is a complete crook. You have Elizabeth Warren, who lied about being Native American.
I think her tribal name is fake.
She took a DNA test and said she was sorry.
You have Ilhan Omar, who married her brother. And then you have Kamala Harris, who hasn't met a person she wouldn't throw in jail. I remember when little girls wanted to raise families. And now, they get menial jobs in lower-paying industries, don't work as many hours as men, don't take as many career risks as men, and then they wonder why there's a pay gap. Gender discrimination? Give me a break.
Yeah, because I thought gender wasn't real, though. How can there be a gender pay gap if there's no gender?
Everyone needs to see how wrong this is. Shared.
You know, it's so refreshing to hear a woman call out exactly what's wrong with women. Because in the liberal think tanks, they split everyone up into groups, and they make you identify with those groups. So you, a woman, and a black woman should be in the liberalist mindset of a BLM abortion-loving Marxist. Yet, you are not a liberal because you have something called values and integrity. I'm sure the liberals hate you.
I hate everything about this. Carla Tuckerson is an idiot.
Yep, my Twitter is blowing up right now. I am just a person speaking my truth to my 24,000 Twitter followers and my 16,000 subscribers on YouTube. But it's nothing compared to the number of patriots that watch your show.
5.4 million subscribe!
Like, follow, comment, subscribe. Yeah, I don't see why we can't give that a shout boost.
Shout boost!
Well, if I learned one thing from the Obama years, it's that any person that disagrees with any black person on any policy is a racist. So, Coffee Cup Club, don't be a bunch of racists and show our girls some love. Follow her at Carla Tuckerson on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe to Carla Tuckerson on YouTube. Carla, it's been a real pleasure talking to you today. Well, not pleasure in that way. Happily married. Don't try anything.
Goodness, get your mind out of the gutter, Rick. Seriously though, thank you so much for having me on. Your show is truly one of the last bastions of intelligent debate.
No, it isn't. It's for complete idiots. I'm sharing this. Everybody needs to see how regressive and cringy this show is.
Just for that, you are now an honorary member of our Coffee Cup Club. Yeah, there you go. That liberal tears mug can be found at our website, www.shoutsandbouts.com. You can find all our other mugs like Papa Rush, Reagan was rad, Mine Kamala. You can also find our post-apocalyptic diet pills and protein powder. Become a Patreon, get access to exclusive content like when I, a grown man, go down to college campuses and make college kids feel stupid. Some of them cry. So like, comment, subscribe, and remember, he who shouts the loudest is he who wins the hardest.
Oh my non-existent God. Did you see that? They call that debate. Everyone knows the best forms of debate are well-sourced, obscure academic journals, writers with the lived experience of the marginalized group they're talking about, and anecdotes from my one black friend. I'm sharing this every hour, every day, for a month. This must not be forgiven or forgotten. It's official. Hashtag cancel Carla.
Wow, my Twitter is blowing up right now. Hashtag cancel Carla? I've made it! Yes.
We cannot allow her to keep spreading self-hating sexism.
Take your phone out.
Hashtag cancel
Yeah.
Carla.
Go on Twitter,
Come on,
hashtag cancel
everybody
Carla.
tweet
You
it.
take your
If
phone
you're
out.
not tweeting it, then you're
Take
part
it
of the
out.
problem.
Retweet.
You
Share.
have to do
Show
it.
it to everyone you
cancel
know.
Carla.
Hashtag
She's never read
cancel
anything by
Carla.
Noam Chomsky.
Hashtag cancel
Hashtag
Carla.
cancel
Yeah.
Carla.
Oh wow. I'm gonna be on the Sean Manatee show. Oh my god!
Another day, another sentence. All right. How's that look? Is that good? Straight? Yeah? Good. Sorry, I've had a few whiskeys already. I'm just kidding. Me and Janine are partying out in Midtown. All right, are we good? Ready to roll, or are we sitting right? All right, we're good? Okay, all right. Welcome back to Box News, Manatee Nation. The sprawling monster of socialism is wrapping its tentacles around every vestige of American life, trying to drag you and your family into the watery abyss of AOC's agenda. Joining us tonight to talk about the decline of our great country is Carla Tuckerson. Carla, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Sean. I am blessed to talk about the crisis we're facing with you and your millions of viewers.
6.8 million viewers every night. Now, Carla, you got into a little bit of hot water lately over your unapologetic conservative views, which you so eloquently expressed on Shouts with Fouts. Now, I watched the interview, and I thought it was great. I had absolutely no problem with it, but those on the left didn't like what you had to say. And they started the hashtag Cancel Carla.
We almost got her. Hashtag Cancel Carla.
Yes. Cancel Carla was trending every hour of every day last week.
Oh, we saw that, and we had to have you on. You're not the only thing the left wants to cancel.
I learned this firsthand as a student at Ohio State. The university canceled tons of great American literature, like Huckleberry Finn, because they didn't sync up with their social justice warrior mindset.
It is highly racist. There's not a single Asian American character in that book.
They even canceled math, Sean. Math.
How do you do that?
Well, I have the proof right here. This is a real memo that was sent out to all students and faculty at Ohio State. And I quote, "We here at Ohio State are determined to dismantling the cis-white male bias inherent in mathematics today. Terms like calculus, with its founding in Latin and also founded by Isaac Newton, will no longer be used to allow for more inclusive language."
Here I was this whole time thinking 2 + 2 = 4. Well, does that make me a racist?
This is the insanity that they're indoctrinating your youth with. Children are being told that everything is racist. That their parents are racist. That the neighborhood policeman is racist. That their doctor is racist. That the former president is racist. That the Border Patrol is racist.
What?
That the entire justice system itself is racist?
All those things are racist.
See, I'm probably the least racist person you'll ever meet. But, if I was a kid going to school in America today, and I was being told that everything is racist, I'd have no choice but to hate America.
You see the same tactics used by Hugo Chavez, or Mao, or Stalin. Joe Biden and the left want state-run education camps that will murder your children's faith and independence and foster dependency on big government. This is the last generation of greatness in America, unless we fight back.
So what can the real concerned Americans who are watching at home do about this?
Our taxpayer dollars are being funneled into these school endowments for the sole purpose of indoctrinating our young people. If you're in school today, have the sense to drop out like I did. We need to end government funding to all these institutions, full stop.
How do you expect NYU to take a financial hit like that?
Something tells me the teachers union in Berkeley, California won't like that one bit.
We do not have the luxury of time, Sean. I'm calling on all able-bodied patriots in America to join my nationwide protest on campuses across the country. Patriots should occupy schools to save our children.
And when is this occupation?
Tomorrow night. Just follow @Carla Tuckerson for the updates.
Carla, thank you so much for coming on. Very important stuff you're doing here. Follow Carla at Carla Tuckerson on Twitter. I had a few whiskeys with Janine. And follow her. And when we come back, Ted Cruz calls in from Cancun to discuss why people are fleeing American cities.
Are you seeing this? She's actually going to college campuses now. What if her followers bring weapons? Or worse, guns? I'm sharing this interview every 30 minutes, every day for a week.
Hashtag cancel Carla.
Welcome back to Coyote Anderson Tonight. Looking ahead to the midterm elections, there is one state on everyone's mind. Ohio. O-H-I-O. Where will they go? The state has voted overwhelmingly for Republicans in the last 2 presidential elections. Will it go the way of Sherrod Brown and turn blue, netting Democrats yet another seat in the Senate? Or will it keep its trajectory red? The primaries are only months away, but we here at TNN will be providing you with round-the-clock, emotionally genocidal coverage of this also important midterm election. Who will run? Geraldo Rivera? MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell? LeBron James? You? Me? Dave Chappelle? Maybe controversial conservative Carla Tuckerson, known for her nationwide campus occupation, where armed protesters have shown up in solidarity. Oh yes, she is certainly a potential candidate. Ooh. What's this? How exciting. What is this? News? I'm being told by my producers right now that Carla Tuckerson is holding a massive press conference in Lima, Ohio. We go live. The TNN cameras already on the scene.
My fellow real Americans, I am thrilled to announce that I will be officially running to be senator of the great state of Ohio. I promise to bring law and order to this country, to reinstate our strong stance in the world. Iran and China think they can walk all over America. Well, not anymore. I will protect America. I will protect your families. I will protect your right to bear arms. I will protect the rights of the unborn. But we must talk about the elephant in the room. Our elections cannot be trusted. The Democrats stole the election from President Trump, who graciously bowed away for the good of our nation. And they will try to do the same to me. So, I'm calling on all those patriots who march with me on campuses across the country to march to the polls. Protect them with your life. Arm yourselves. Protect one another. Make sure that there are no illegal votes. Inspect at the polling sites. It is you and your families that are at risk. This is the last generation of liberty in America. America is not canceled yet.
That was Carla Tuckerson announcing her run for the Senate seat in Ohio. For no particular reason, TNN expects her to win. While she has no specific policy agenda, she sure knows how to get on TV. For more analysis, we bring in the host of the podcast, Living on the Left with Lisa Lenz. Lisa, what do you make of Miss Tuckerson's campaign?
Well, I think Carla Tuckerson is running a campaign entirely based on this idea of a culture war. She stakes herself as the only barrier between the United States and Marxism, though she never elaborates on what Marxism is or what she believes it to be, just that it's a threat.
Well, what do you make of her rise, then? A recent TNN poll done 24 seconds ago shows her above every other potential candidate in the primary.
Well, it seems to be the sheer power of branding and name recognition. She has branded herself a culture warrior and is a known name amongst conservatives. These candidates exist in the attention economy, where the more attention that is given to them, they grow exponentially. There are no consequences for being wrong, and there's no incentive to be right. All press is good press. Nuance and high-level thinking are actually detriments to the attention economy. Anything that takes away from them is bad. These candidates need attention to survive. They don't need substance or belief system, just a brand and a constant media coverage.
What is it that gives Carla Tuckerson such power?
Well, she's not some unstoppable supervillain. If we didn't talk about her for 2 weeks, she would disappear. But corporate media loves easy headlines and outrage clickbait, so they cover her nonstop.
I'm sorry, we seem to be losing your feed here, Lisa.
I'm here in the studio with you.
Everybody, we seem to be experiencing some technical difficulties.
Corporate media is very much to blame for the rise
All right,
of
great as always. Thank you very much, Lisa. Lisa, last of the podcast. I'm a crybaby liberal. Wah, wah. Al Gore should have won, so did Hillary. Boo-hoo. Anyway, coming up next, what do you think of Carla Tuckerson? We will be taking your phone calls. And after, is Carla Tuckerson too offensive? We have actress Laura Dern with us to read some of Miss Tuckerson's most controversial tweets.
I have done everything I can to stop Carla Tuckerson. You've seen it. The only thing I can do now is go down to Ohio, register people to vote, and drive people to polling places on election day. I can't do that. I am way too busy. On the weekends, I hand out socialist literature. And I knit free trade organic beanies. Plus, Nora and I are making some big changes to the OnlyFans page. One of our subscribers pointed out how problematic and frankly racist it is for our page to be exclusive. So, we're now expanding our horizons to people of color, non-binary, queer, plus-sized, differently abled, the elderly, everyone except for cis white men, especially me. I am willing to accept that I am the problem and Nora is the solution. The only appropriate role for me in these videos is a land acknowledgement at the beginning. And I'm cool with that. Really? Our subscribers enlightened me. I have no right to be angry about this. I just can't keep giving so much of myself to fight Carla Tuckerson. You all have to do something. You're just sitting there. Get on Twitter, for fuck's sake. I have to go help Nora prepare for the shoot.
Breaking news here at TNN. Carla Tuckerson has just won the midterm election in Ohio, despite multiple reports of violence at the voting sites, voter intimidation, and several pipe bombs being found at the voting sites in Cleveland. The Ohio Senate election went off without a hitch, coincidentally with the lowest record turnout in state history. Now, Carla Tuckerson has won with a whopping 68% of the vote. Let's take a look at our TNN exit polls. When we asked voters how they heard about Carla Tuckerson, 38% said TNN. 34% said Fox News. And 8% said Rick Phelps. Interestingly enough, the remaining 20% said they heard about Miss Tuckerson from, quote, some guy on Twitter named Norman. 100% of those people voted for Miss Tuckerson. One person even added, thanks for sharing all these videos, Norman. We go live now to Carla Tuckerson's Senator-elect Carla Tuckerson's victory speech in Lima, Ohio, right now. Wow. Doesn't this just defy expectations? Like The Last Jedi? You heard it first, here on TNN.
My fellow Ohioans, we stand here today at a turning point in history, when the real Americans stood up to the elite in Washington, D.C., and we said, no more. No more will you pollute us with your Marxist ideologies. No more will you put other countries before America. No more will you take our jobs and give them to illegal aliens or ship them overseas. We cannot divide America by race or by class, but we must divide America by those who are patriots and those who are not. And those who are not patriots are not welcome to stay. I hate to say that there was a fraud in this election. Democrats tried to steal the election But they failed. They failed because we stopped them. And only we can stop the communist takeover of America. We have protected campuses. We have protected polling sites. And now you must come with me to Congress to protect Congress. We will remove the socialists from within the White House. We will charge the Democrats who wish to destroy your children's future and protect America. And in the future, when statues are made of the heroes that protected America, the inscription will read our chant, "No more."
Wow. System isn't fair. Guys, have you noticed? The system isn't fair.
All right, guys, it's looking more and more like we can't just Venmo our way out of this one. But we did some research backstage, and it turns out that debt can actually be shared between spouses. So, theoretically, if everyone in the crowd married Stancy and I, it would only be about $2,500 of debt apiece. And that is so manageable for us.
What we're trying to say is that we love you guys. And we want to spend the rest of our lives with you. What do you say? Will you marry Jez and I?
Marry us.
Where's the ring?
We couldn't bring enough for everybody. But we
already
promised.
actually racked up a lot of ring debt.
Yes.
That was a different.
This is a separate
unrelated.
board.
This is no ring debt on this board. That's good.
Look, if I could, I would take each and every one of you on a hike up Mount Mansfield and propose to you by twilight. But we only have one show left, and we're really running out of time.
These lawyers that we owe, they're very scary people. They really know the law.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, they really do.
Try reading their words. No.
Very big words they send. Very threatening. Look,
seriously, this is a real Venmo handle. This because you can support our show if you're enjoying the content. Blue Otter Plays, one word. If you don't, maybe you don't like Jez.
Yeah.
Maybe you got. Most people love Jez and I.
We're really the best thing
But
about
if you don't,
everything.
maybe you like our actors, and you say, I want to give those actors a little tip.
Yeah.
It's a nice thing to do, so,
Hook some up. And just mull over this proposal while you're donating, Like, look, think about it. Call your moms. Talk to your friends about it. Feel free to ask for a picture or two.
Whatever.
Just, look. We have one more show left for you guys, and it is called A Twitter Carol. You see, Stancy, I didn't even need the program to know that.
That's producing.
Yeah, and such marriage material.
Yeah. Wait, hey, enjoy A Twitter Carol, everybody. Hey, y'all, the Blue Otter Plays. Think about it.
Non-existent god. Senator Carla Tuckerson is building a snowman to disprove climate change. How stupid is that? What an idiot! That's not how climate change works. And how dare she label that snow person a man? We don't know how that snow person identifies. Hashtag cancel Carla. Oh, somebody already responded. Why are you spending all day sharing this? Who said that? Mrs. Green. Oh, Mrs. Green. My third grade teacher, Mrs. Green. I better be careful with this one. Maybe if you had done a better job educating stupid conservative spawn, we wouldn't be in this mess. Blocked. What in the name of Bernie Sanders is happening? My tweets aren't sending. My laptop won't turn on. What the hell is happening?
Norman!
Oh my non-existent God! A man has broken into my house. How typical. Take whatever you want.
I am not here to hurt you. I am here to help you.
Oh, so you've probably got some kind of savior complex then, huh? That is such a white man thing.
But Norman, you're also a white man.
Oh, don't remind me. At least I'm aware of my privilege. Not like you. You think you can come here spreading your patriarchal white supremacy everywhere?
Hey, brother, you haven't even heard what I have to say yet. You spend all day getting mad at your phone. Like everything happening on your phone is real. Like it's the most important thing in the world. But all the stuff on your phone, on your laptop, on your iPad is just a trick designed to stimulate your dopamine receptors and make you want more and more of nothing. You think you're talking to real people, having a genuine discourse, but you're not. You're just yelling at a nice old lady you haven't talked to in 20 years.
I know all this. I went to NYU.
Come with me, Norman.
Fine. But only because Nora's working right now and I have some time to kill before cleanup. Where are we?
We are in nature.
Really? But I don't see any skyscrapers or hear any taxi cabs.
We're not in Central Park. We are in actual nature. Hours from any city. There are some small towns, but they are like miles and miles away, man.
What is that?
It's a tree.
Can I like it?
You can admire it all you want.
But how will it know that I like it?
It doesn't need to know that. Your personal opinion of this tree does not affect it at all.
You know, I like how that tree doesn't define itself by capitalist power structures. How do I comment that?
You just did.
But how do I do it so that it knows that I did it?
I heard you say it.
Well, can I follow that tree?
It doesn't go anywhere.
But how will I see updates?
Well, you could forever remember this tree and where it is, and you could venture back here through the seasons, see the leaves change, or come back here yourself through the years and see how you change. You can forever remember this special moment and this special place in your soul.
But how will I remember if Facebook doesn't remind me?
You just remember it, brother, like all your friends' birthdays.
Hey, what the hell's going on here? My feet are all dirty. Where's the sidewalk around here?
That's the ground, Norman. Your feet are touching the grass and the mud and the dirt. Your feet could touch any part of creation. Your feet are connecting you to the energy of the earth, and you are walking on the same ground that all humans walk on, that all animals live on, that all trees root and grow from. Right now, your feet are connecting you to every single living thing on earth, and you are all one.
Oh. So I'm one with Ben Shapiro? Ew, no, gross. He's not smart, he just talks fast.
Hey, brother man, division and contempt don't have to exist here. Look at the sky. See the vastness of space. Space is like so big that we can only begin to grasp its size if we think of it as like infinite. And you are just this tiny creature on a tiny planet in a vast universe. Can't you feel the wonder and the enormity of it all?
Whoa. What are those things?
Dude, those are stars.
No, they're not. They don't have the little blue check mark next to them.
They're not those kinds of stars.
Okay, well, how did they get famous? Was it like movies or YouTube, or are they just famous for being famous?
They are luminous spheres of plasma held together by their own gravity.
Oh, like the Kardashians.
The lights from these stars have traveled hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of light years just to meet our eyes. How groovy is that? Those stars could be dead right now, but we can only experience them at this moment, alive like we are, as bright and luminescent as ever.
Okay, so it's like a nostalgia thing? Like when Friends is on at a bar?
Sure, if that helps you. It really makes you think.
About Chandler?
No, brother. Way bigger than Matthew Perry. I'm thinking about the vastness of everything. About energy, about the transfer of energy and light and how it acts through time. And about time itself. How we perceive time. Everything that ever happens to us that we respond to is in the past. If we are constantly responding to the past, is there actually a present moment? What is the effect of your life? Do you have a tangible impact on people and on society?
You know, I think this whole so-called lesson you're getting at is filled with microaggressions. What? So suddenly there are no problems in the world just because we can go outside and learn what a tree is? Whoop-de-doo. Oh, look, the sky. Now, systemic inequality isn't a thing, and capitalism isn't some monster trying to devour us whole.
I didn't say any of that, dude. There are huge problems in the world. Famine, disease, economic inequality.
Elon Musk.
Oppressive governments. And that's just the easy stuff to fix.
So? Are we just supposed to go out into nature and we'll all be saved? Are we supposed to live in harmony with Mother Earth and we'll all be fine? I wasn't born yesterday, all right? I was born in 1998. Stop microaggressing everybody's plight with your pseudo-spiritual nonsense.
We can live more naturally without abandoning civilization. The long journey of humankind is very groovy, and we move together to the rhythm of the cosmos. You only have so much energy to spend between now and the end. So why would you want to use energy for hate?
I'm not the one who's hateful. Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley
are people you've never met, and you never will. Any energy you put out in the world multiplies. All these monsters need you to hate them. Your hate only makes them more powerful. But love for your fellow human beings, for all living things, for life itself, that's a powerful thing. Love breeds love, and hate spreads hate. Share the love.
Okay. Well, what platform is best to share it on?
The platform of existence, dude.
Okay, I'll download that from the App Store.
Have you learned nothing from what I've been saying?
I learned you can't follow a tree.
You've spent all this time defining yourself by what you're not supposed to be, what you're not supposed to say, what you're not supposed to think. And in doing that, you've seen only what is wrong with people. But you don't see any of the good in people. You don't see any of the good things around you. You've spent so much time thinking what you're not that you haven't thought about who you are.
Well, at least I'm not Liz Cheney.
Who are you? Tell me one thing about who you are that isn't based in an ideology or a comparison to something that upsets you.
Socialist literate, NYU, help? Who am I?
I can't answer that for you, brother man. Only you can. You have to remove the boxes that you put yourself and other people in so you can see the thread of creation that connects us all.
But how will I know who I am without the GOP?
It might take you a long time, but it's a journey well worth taking. It is time for your spirit to bloom, Norman.
What's it like after you die?
Life is such an immense experience, brother. Don't waste your time thinking about what comes after. Your only concern is making today beautiful. But you might want to watch the Star Wars movies at least once. It's all they talk about up there. That's why I spend my time down here.
I've learned my lesson, and I don't hate you for mansplaining it. You should be an adjunct professor at NYU. You know, I never thought I'd say this to a cis white man, but thank you for everything you've done.
Brother, it's my pleasure to spread the love. Tell me, what are you going to do now?
I'm going to spend some time living in the present. I have a lot to clean up.
Tez, and this is my friend, Stanley.
Yeah, and you've never met us before.
No, we were just walking by the show here in the park. We saw two guys in glitter suits, you know, running away, saying that they're hitmen and lawyers after them.
Yeah, so if you're a hitman or a lawyer, you better go get those guys now. You better go.
Yeah, if you leave now, you might catch them. I think they said they were heading to Stowe.
Yeah. Boy, I wouldn't want to be those guys, Tez.
Yeah, neither would I, Grambly.
Yeah. Woo-wee.
Oh, boy.
But
It's been what a great night though.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for coming out. It means so much to the actors who we haven't met until this moment in time. And we just are gonna definitely get ourselves Jess, don't leave without me!